What's going on, guys? Welcome to a new video. We got Adam, Henny, Michael, PB, Brian, and me. What's up?
Who's me?
Me, Quentin. Oh, right. I don't know who I am. I think I'm special, but I'm not.
Okay. And Ty Lopez.
Yeah, you want to hit it up?
Yeah, guys. So today we're just going to go over like 3 simple things about marketing today. We're going to go over like the biggest asset in terms of marketing, the biggest word of advice, and lastly the best thing we've learned in terms of marketing. So I guess get straight into it. What's the biggest asset you've gotten?
Don't ask me this one first.
All right, PB. What's the biggest asset you've gotten in terms of marketing, man?
My biggest asset would definitely be knowing Facebook ads and email marketing for sure. Like that just helped me network and connect with so many more people, and just also help me get more opportunities. Basically, just learning these skills and just skilling up helped me basically quit my part-time job so I could do this full-time, I guess, while I'm still in school. So that's definitely my biggest asset, just having the skills of marketing and Facebook ads and email marketing.
What was you going to say?
Yeah, on top of that, biggest asset would be actually having the time to do so. Because I was doing this for like 5 months now, made like almost no progress. I quit my job, had like a week of just like work, and the momentum just went from there. So I think one of the big assets is like being productive and having time to do it.
Yeah. Mike's my partner, so I mean, Mike, what's your biggest asset you think?
Yeah, for sure. So I think for us, mainly because like one thing we want to do when we build out our agency is kind of just put in systems in place so we can kind of outsource a lot of things. So for us, when it comes to learning marketing, like our main thing was just being familiar with the different tools, whether it be like Instagram or Facebook ads or email marketing, just having an understanding of it so we can kind of build a team around that. And another thing with it that kind of like a lot of us here have different skill sets and do different things, but like we work on a lot of the same things. So once you kind of build the skill set in one thing, it's going to apply to a lot of other areas and other businesses as well.
Yeah. What would you say, Henny?
I think one of the biggest things is you can learn all the marketing theories out there, but if you can't execute, what is the point, right?
Yeah.
I think that's something we can all agree on. That the
That was
execution.
like with me.
Exactly.
5
It's
months
the
of
best
just
part.
like
It's the best
learning
part.
until I press play. Then I was like, oh shit!
Exactly.
Like,
Testing them and running different ads or whatever it is that you're doing. It's just like once you see the results, you're like, oh man, that's when you know you've learned it and you actually execute it properly, right?
Yeah. Just because you read a book doesn't mean you know.
It doesn't mean shit. Yeah.
That's how it works.
It's definitely got to be like the tracking, whether it's using the Facebook pixel and then after being able to create all the custom audiences and like leveraging that, as well as Google Analytics for me, because like to go through and learn how to do Google Analytics took a while, but once you get it, you can actually leverage it a lot. Like it tells you, the pixel basically tracks everything, but it doesn't tell you what it's tracking. Once you know what it's tracking, you get like real in depth to it, then you could actually take that and apply it and take it and even to filter your audiences even more, right? Mm-hmm. So not only creating the custom audiences, but filtering it even more, because Facebook still has some like a little bit rough around the edges in your pixel, and then after be able to laser target everybody.
Like the ultimate, like the goal should be like you've outsourced everything and you're just like you're just pulling in your share and just like working on something else and like.
Right. I would say the next question I was gonna ask would be like, what's the biggest thing you've learned all the time doing marketing like that for so far?
Fuck, don't ask me this first again. We go back and then come back to me.
Honestly, the biggest thing, like you mentioned it too, Matt, is taking action, bro. Like, I used to be a type of guy where I'll go through the course before taking any action, and then then I started making a change where everything I learned, let's say I watch a video, I'll execute it right away, and that made like the biggest difference. And like that's just like, and I think that's what differentiates the people that actually make it versus that don't, because if you don't take action and just like collecting information, like what's good for you, right? Like you're gonna forget it anyway. Because honestly, it's taking action and also like networking is key. That's the other thing I've learned, like just knowing different people, because you can learn so much from them, and they know someone else, and you can be connected with them, and eventually, you're working together. It's just
like that's how we're all like.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So yeah, those
with like
taking
all you
action,
guys,
networking, yeah, definitely.
Mine would be just do it. Like when you think about it, like if you know something, like you execute on it, but try something new, like offer this, and like if it doesn't work, it didn't work, and like you go from there. But just whatever you want to do, just like go for it, especially in regards to marketing. Try that guerrilla tactic, try that crazy ad that you don't know if it's gonna work, but like worst comes to worst, you spend like $25, $50 on an ad, and like what do you have to lose?
Just test it. Yeah, Michael, what would you say then?
Yeah, so definitely taking action is very important. Networking as well, but to add on like another thing, I would say like get a coach. And that's something I kind of wish I did like a lot earlier. Because like, you can spend a lot of time like watching YouTube videos and say like, okay, this is how you run a Facebook ad, or you can let's say pay someone $100 for an hour and they can run you through like an entire client campaign or their entire sales process, and you kind of cut down something that would take you like 20, 30, 50 hours to learn in like an hour.
Yeah. Because you get their systems and like
Yeah, so that's my number one takeaway.
I would say to touch on that, don't get a coach to learn the basics. Get a coach to fix your specific problems. Because like to learn the basics of anything, an hour, like you're gonna be phoning them multiple times. Is that worth your money?
No.
Or like watch YouTube videos and then, like you said, get that specific
coaching,
problem,
yeah.
and then
For sure.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Like we said, like it's good to start like free, and then when you find like a niche, something you want to take seriously, maybe get a course, and then once you have like more specific problems, you can go to the mentor.
Oh yeah.
learn from the best. Like that's how you become the best. Just learn. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like to continue off, like to be recognized by your mentors. I mean, these people are busy people. To be they're that successful, and to be recognized by them is to know that you know your shit and you actually have a problem that they can solve. That's when they would want to help in, because they're like, okay, I can help this person and not waste my time, and I actually see a value in this person because they actually put in the work to be here and to put it. And like with social media, it's not hard to get your influencers to get noticed as long as you're persistent and consistent.
For real.
That's it.
Frick, is that even though we're like, we are in the market, like we're doing marketing right now, but what I learned is that regardless of what you're doing, sales is your biggest thing. And so I am real good. So
No promotion, no
Grant
credits.
Cardone.
Just call it.
I'm sold on on my abilities and like what I can do behind the scenes in terms of like marketing and doing all that. So in my head, as like I was saying this earlier too, like as humble as I want to say it, like I'm the best. I'm the best at what I do, best at marketing.
That's my attitude, bro.
And I love it. But it doesn't matter what you do. Like, let's say Warren Buffett is the best investor, but if he didn't know how to sell his services in Berkshire Hathaway, he'd be the best investor that nobody ever knew about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with any business you're in, right? So even though I'm good at marketing, I know I can get my customers like the business that they want. If I can't sell them on that idea that I will be able to provide value to their business, then I don't have a business.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's great stuff, man.
Well, like you said, even like, because anyone can like run a Facebook ad, anyone can learn how to do it. Just like, no, I'm the guy to excel your business. If you don't pay me, your business is gonna go out of business.
Exactly.
Like just having that
Exactly.
mindset and going in there with authority.
Yeah, and even to hop on that, like we were talking about this yesterday, the fact that in marketing you shouldn't treat your clients as clients. More
Yeah,
of
that
a
was the biggest
partnership,
tip I learned.
because the difference is once you label as a partnership, you guys are working for the same goal.
Yeah.
Instead of them looking below you and being one of their employees to market themselves, you're looking as a, hey, I'm here to help your business, or we're gonna work together to make this something that you are gonna love as a business.
Because if you make them more money, ultimately you're like, pay me more money, or like
Exactly.
I'm not continuing my services.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's why like we're like when you do something like this, we're not selling shit, like we're selling value. So provide it and know that you're valuable. That's why it should be value-based pricing, not like come in there with a package like, oh, this is $500.
Yeah.
No, like you could charge $5,000 for that maybe. So
If it's worth it.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like whatever your value is worth.
Yeah, I agree, man.
What's yours?
Biggest thing I've learned?
Yeah.
I would say just like system building, like Mike talked about before in coaching. Mike's my two big things right now. Like every time I think of what I'm going to go for, I think, okay, like how can I systemize and like how can I get a coach to further advance me, to give me that action plan to get me to the next level. Because like for example, I have like high level mentors now I pay for, right? Before that, I would watch a bunch of YouTube videos, get a lot of fluff, and you fucking just sit there on a computer, like just information overload.
Yeah.
But once you get the coach in hand, the coach
You know what's
gives you
important.
exactly what's needed and doesn't like straight up like spill the bullshit on the videos. He just gives you, okay, this is it, what you're gonna do. Here's the action plan, and this is how you're gonna get there.
Yeah.
So that's like my thing. I biggest one, the system, like that. Obviously, then the systemizing like everything,
Which
like
you-
everything, like part as life goes, right? But also just like
You wanna
general
turn it?
business.
Oh
Yeah, just part of like general business. Like, how can I systemize the Facebook ads? How can I systemize the email marketing? Like, how can I systemize the content?
Yeah.
That's like my thing now. Because at first, like my first job, I was just like scrambling, hustling, like okay, I need to learn this, and that.
Yeah.
At one point, I realized like, fuck, I need that shit.
It's
I
structure.
have to be like the strategist behind it, understand and speak the language. But at the end of the day, it's just like systemizing it, and then obviously I'm coaching to help you kind of get the action there.
That's also key. He said speak the language in regards to the business you're going to.
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you don't know their niche, like you're coming in there like I'm improving your business because I know your business. Even if you like just went out Google, act like you know what you're gonna learn as you go, but like know the value of a customer, know what service is, what it does, what it's worth, and I think that's a big key. So when you go in there, they take you more seriously and you come in there with authority.
Well, the thing is too, like when you go into their business, you're gonna know, like you're gonna know their business, but you're gonna know the marketing of their business better than them.
Yeah.
Like you're going to know, you're gonna go in and you're gonna tell them who they should market to and how you're gonna do it and
Like the
stuff like that.
yeah,
Like,
everything.
yeah, like you should know that before going in. So when you go in, you kind of like create that connection, as well as you're able to basically tell them what they want. It helps you sell what you're doing a lot more. Right?
Yeah.
Like, what you're gonna be able to do for them.
That's smart. The last question I was gonna ask you guys, like, what's like best piece of advice you give to people starting out or anywhere at this point?
I can answer this.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, whether it be marketing or any sort of business, make sure like you actually want to do it and like you're gonna put in the work. Because don't half-ass something. The business owners are gonna see that. Everyone's gonna see that. Like, everyone just came out of nowhere here. Everyone's listening. No, just like be passionate about it so you can actually put your effort and you can improve the businesses so your business improves and like treat people like properly and go in there and provide the value.
Oh yeah, facts, man.
Yeah, PB, what'd you say, man?
My biggest thing that I've learned from my mentors, and that's basically like making yourself more valuable by acquiring more skills. So
Yeah.
once you get more skills, once you make yourself more valuable, right? Like you just become a better person. Just having those skills, you'll never go broke, and you'll be more valuable as a person overall.
And like don't stay, like move on with the world, move on with the technology.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, that's
Like-
that's the worst one.
Yeah, but that's true.
Yeah, I would say watch who you get your advice from, because a lot of people, I guess, full of shit. So like, if you take advice from the wrong people, you'll really get screwed over in the long run. I would also try to narrow down your focus. So like, see like what are the 1 or 2 things that'll drive you the most progress. And then if you're gonna do something, also think about how you can like systemize it and keep it consistent. Because like I always say to myself, like I'd rather do something for 10 or 15 minutes a day every day instead of like 3 hours in one day and then never again. So those are my top tips. And there's always a few top 2, 3 takeaways that everyone has. And if I can just like get like 1 from every person you talk to or something like that, like it can give you more results than like 5 hours of YouTube videos. So.
For real.
Yeah.
And okay, for me, I probably would take a step back and say, even before joining the world of entrepreneurship, understanding that it's a lonely world in the beginning. People forget that and they think it's a good life and you get everything you want, but it doesn't happen that way. But yeah, stay focused and make sure your mental health is checked. I think that's really important, especially the fact that you're keeping your mind always working and taking a step back and be like, okay, is my mind in the proper place for me to continue working? If not, take that time off and understand why that's happening,
Well,
and then take actions for it to help.
Well, like I'm big on that because like, would you rather like go on a downhill and just keep on going, or would you rather like hit that point where you start going down, pause, and then get back up?
There
Like
you go.
if you take a weekend off, you take however long, think
Exactly.
long term. So.
Yeah, that's it.
And what both you both said why, like understand your why for everything you're doing. Like why are we having this conversation? Why are you getting up? Why are you running the ad this way? Why are you creating your business? You have to know your why, because when you have purpose, you can do anything.
That's the ultimate question. Like the other who, what, where, when, and like those are all easy questions for
That's simple.
all the
That's
people
just
who-
surface.
All the people who don't want to think, but the critical thinking is the why, and that's what gets you underneath, gets you to the root cause, and then after you're able to figure out you're able to be on the surface and get out what you need in order to get where you want.
Yeah.
And it just differentiates between entrepreneurs and actual entrepreneurs at that moment.
And you want to hit yours?
The biggest piece
Yeah.
of advice? Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I would say whatever you're going towards, right? Whether it be marketing or e-com. My thing is now try to like kind of realize like, okay, I want to have my heart and mind align what I'm doing. Like knowing it's not just about the money. It's not just about the cool penthouses, not just like whatever else it is. Like at the end of the day, it's about like who can I serve, who can I help. And I think for me, like, I'd say like just have like the right mindset and beliefs system in head, because like you can think about all this shit, but if you're on the right mindset or to do the work like you talked about, like no one's gonna get anywhere. So I would just say like have your heart and mind aligned what you're gonna go for, and then create an action plan and kind of figure out there. I always say go for coaching, go for self-education all the way most of the time, because the YouTube videos are one thing, but like just the self-educating, like that is where like the exponential growth goes for me personally. That's what best results in. But yeah, have your heart and mind. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Had the boys out. I'm in Toronto, so this is Quentin, Chad. All the links are in the description. This is Splashman, PB, we built. Michael, my partner, I'd never show him because like we're low key about it, but that's my partner Mike. And then that's Henny.
Business partner.
Business partner, but yeah, not that. But
I
anyways,
got
Adam.
that, bro.
Hey, it's 2018.
Yeah, I got Adam. All links are in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed. Just like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you thought was the best takeaway from the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace out.